Hi guys, this is Rusty78609. Good morning to you. Good Thursday morning. Let me get out here on the road and get going here, huh? Anyway, topic for today, what? How about this one, guys? My little driving topic. This one's going to be artificial intelligence and relationships. How is artificial intelligence, machine learning, affecting relationships? And that doesn't mean just between males and females, but between families. How's it changing things? Well, let me speak from my own experience. Years ago, let's start 20 years ago. 20 years ago, if you wanted to communicate with somebody while you were traveling, you called them on the phone, you talked to them. You didn't send a text. You didn't send an email. You actually called them and talked to them. And prior to that, prior to the invention of the cell phone, people actually had to pretty much go talk to one another. That was really weird. But it has really changed communication between people, because no longer are you, number one, face-to-face most of the time. It's always a text. It's mostly text now, totally text. And emails somewhat. But it's going to get better. I mean, or worse, depending on your point of view. I mean, they're going to get better and better at being able to communicate with all kind of devices, even those devices I have in my home right now, the Amazon Echo and the Google Home. You probably can do it now. I don't know how to do it, but I'm sure you can. You can do voice to text over your home device. And so, that's going to, I don't know if it changes it much from the cell phone, but it's certainly going to make it more convenient. But I know that years ago, if my family wanted to communicate with me, they would call on the phone, and we'd sometimes have some fairly lengthy conversations. I'm trying to get this phone. It's shaky. It's got a little shake to it today. Let me fool with it a bit. Maybe that'll help a little bit. But anyway, so we've gone from conversations to text, email. I don't know what's going to come after that. I really don't know. I don't know. Mind to mind, I don't know. But it's happening, even in families. I mean, the kids text the parents text the kids, and I think that's okay. At least they're communicating, but it's a different way of communicating. You don't get the flavor of a voice. In other words, you don't get any emotion in a text. Well, you can, because they put these little whatever those emojis are, the little things, the smiling face and faces and stuff. So I guess you can get a little flavor out of that, maybe, or a little personality out of that. But for AI, artificial intelligence, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm sure that it's going to change family relationships. Positive or negative, I'm not going to say. I mean, I could say it negative from my standpoint, because I remember when families used to sit down and talk, and face to face, have conversations, and that's probably going to go away, as I've known it for sure. And then the next question I had for this morning drive, we're on Park Road 4 in Central Texas, USA, for you new guys. We're northwest of Austin, about approximately 70 to 80 miles, in that range. And on the right-hand side here is what's called Longhorn Cavern State Park. And behind me about 4 miles is Inks Lake State Park. But anyway, this is called Park Road 4, and it goes over to a highway that takes me into Marble Falls, Texas, and that's where I'm headed. But, you know, as this artificial intelligence, machine learning gets better and better and better and more personal, and people begin to rely on it totally or a lot, then we're going to get into a situation where we're going to have our first cyborg or artificial intelligence political official. In other words, it'll be maybe our first president or our first state senator or our first representative or something along those lines. But at some point, these cyborg things, basically machines, are gonna become political. I mean, they can't help it because they'll be controlling all the data. You know, and if we start voting online over the internet, you know, they'll have total control over that, so they can certainly elect themselves into any position they want, just like humans do now. So that'll be interesting. That'll be a fascinating change to have a cyborg president, or what is that thing that looks like a human but it's not in a game? I don't know, I can't think, but anyway, we'll have a president like that. I think that's coming. When? I don't know. I'm not going to guess on that one. 50 years, 30 years, maybe less. I don't know. Who knows? Pure speculation. And then during that same time frame, you know, 20, 30 years from now, somebody is either going to want to marry their Alexa device or their Google Home Assistant, and it'll be taken all the way to the Supreme Court. And in our world today, I can assure you that there'll be people out protesting in front of the Supreme Court demanding that an individual be allowed to marry their computer and vice versa, or for two computers to get married. I'm telling you. And then we'll have to have cyborg. Well, you don't have to have cyborg or AI restrooms because they never pee-pee or poo-poo. So that'll save us millions right there. That's good. I like that. That makes me feel better already. Yeah, and you won't be seeing them everywhere because they won't be visible. But, you know, I don't think, unless it's a robot. And they'll be asexual. There'll be no sex. That'll be weird. What will they protest? Will they protest? I guess they will. I don't know. It's really crazy when you start, you know, letting your mind wander down these trails. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. I just do it as a mental. You know, this thing's really shaking this morning. I don't know why. I think the reason is I'm on this rough road. That's one. And if I get this rag up under here jammed, it raises it up too high. But I guess we'll live with that, or too low, whatever. But anyway, it is a nice day in Central Texas. It's 77 degrees right now at 10:09 a.m. And it's really been nice. I can't believe we're having a really early fall. I mean, tomorrow's September the 1st, and it was in the upper 50s this morning. I thought it was in the low 60s according to my AI devices in my home. One of them said it was 62, one of them said it was 63, and I went outside and looked at my temperature gauge and it was 58. So I'll go with the temperature gauge because it felt cool. But anyway, guys, just a morning drive, burning daylight, and what I'm going to start doing, you know, thank those of you that use the links to buy stuff on Amazon. I've tried to become a Walmart affiliate, and they've denied me. There's no way to contact anybody on the phone that I can find, because if I can talk to a human, I can find out what to do. But I know what it is. I think I entered something wrong in the application, because you have to enter your URL and a lot of technical crap, and I just guessed at most of it. But we'll see. It'll all work out. But for those of you that use the links from Amazon to buy products, yeah, that helps out. Yeah, I've been averaging about, I don't know, $2 a day. You know, hey guys, that's $60 a month, $700 a year, I'll take it. Man, it doesn't cost you any more either. It saves you having to donate to the channel. What do they call it? E-begging. Yeah, well, I'm going to phase that out. I mean, I'll keep the post office box, you know, as long as it's, you know, as long as I get a letter every now and then, I'll keep that, and I'll mention it every now and then. But as far as, you know, PayPal and the signs I've got behind me that were made by Hervey, I'm going to move all that out. And when I get into my new RV, I'm just going to turn the page and start a new chapter. But AI in the future, what's it going to do to, but you know, I say that, you know, how is it going to change relationships? Well, if you're born into that environment, you won't know that it's a change, you see? And for the millennials, you know, their lifestyle is a total change from my lifestyle, because I'm 72 years old. And, you know, and that's just the way it is. There is no good or bad, it's just the way it is. So, you know, just live it, you know, just whatever era or error you're in, live it and enjoy it to the best of your ability, because you're not going to have any impact on it. It's just like it's the river of life or time. It just continues to flow, and I'm glad. I like change. I'm glad things change. It gives life flavor. Gives you a reason to buy a new product. More stuff. And I, you know, stuff is good, I guess. I'm not going to say I'm going to get rid of a lot of quote stuff. I can tell you that right now. I would have a garbage sale. Some people call it a garage sale. I call it a garbage sale. I would have one, but nobody wants the stuff I have. It's all worn out. It's just stuff I've hung on to for some reason for years. Some of the stuff I hate to get rid of. My mother, years ago, made me, knitted me, or whatever you do, a king-size Afghan to put on my king-size bed that I had at that time. And it's beautiful. I mean, it is a work of art, and I've still got it. It's still in perfect condition. And I'll try to give it to my son. He said, I don't want that. Yeah, I hear you. And I've got a quilt my grandmother made in the 1940s for me when I was about 4 years old. She made it for one of my birthdays, and I still have that. And I'll try to give that to him too if he wants it. So anyway, you new guys, this is Highway 281, runs north and south from the Valley of Texas all the way up to well, I'm not sure how far south it goes, but north it goes past Killeen. Well, it doesn't go through Killeen, it goes through Lampasas, but anyway. So guys, this is Highway 281. I'm cooking along at 55 miles an hour, averaging 25.2 miles a gallon. Do I need gas? Yeah, I guess I do. I'll stop at Walmart and get gas. I'm sure gasoline prices have gone up some because they closed down some refineries along the coast of Texas, and that'll drive the price of gasoline up, but the price of oil will probably go down because of less usage, less demand. But when they get the refineries back up, then gas prices will drop probably by 10 cents pretty quick. But I don't have any major trips planned right now. And it looks like my RV, my new 2018 Coachman Clipper Cadet 16 CBH will not be in until, looks like maybe the end of March, September, March, what the shit is that? End of September. I talked to the guy yesterday. Yeah, it's crazy. I called him on the phone because I hadn't heard anything in 3 weeks. So I called the salesman on the phone, and his name's Tom. And I said, Tom, I said, told him where I was. Yeah, he said, I was just fixing to call you. God dang. Yeah, right. I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were. He's a good salesman. Yeah, I'm just fixing to dial your number. Yeah, I bet. Well, anyway, guys, I'll end the video now before we get up here too far. I'll get to Marble Falls. But dead ahead is Marble Falls, about another 6 miles. I'm going to get some gas. So anyway, guys, from Central Texas, USA, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios. Think about AI and how it's going to affect you in your life. Well, you know, if you're busy doing other things, don't worry about it, of course, but in your idle hours, be it a little mental exercise, just think about something like that. But thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, bye, USA, maybe. You can drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day will not hurt you. Actually, it's good for you. It will help you avoid gout and kidney stones. It will also help you lose weight. If you're full of water, you're not going to want to snack. So, with that in mind, what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Hold it for a second and out through your mouth. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. And lowering your blood pressure takes a little pressure off your heart, and you will probably live a little bit longer. Okay? And what else? Stretch, walk, do all those things to keep your health. Eat less, eat better, and you know, that way you'll feel like doing things. You'll be around to see a lot of these changes that are coming. So anyway, guys, from Central Texas, USA, adios, bye-bye.